There is something seriously wrong with the media in America. What NBC did with the Ann Curry interview with Iran's foreign minister is the latest example of that. You could add this example to the many examples I have pointed out on this channel for why we must have a media system that serves the interests of the American people, and why if we continue to rely on the people who control our current system, we will never have information that represents our interests. And as James Madison, the father of our Constitution, warned, a popular government without popular information or the means of acquiring it is but a prologue to a farce or a tragedy, or perhaps both. Mainstream media doesn't make it easy for the average person to learn critical facts, apparently fearing that the public may learn things that those in power don't want them to hear. NBC never televised their full interview with Iran's foreign minister. What NBC and Ann Curry did was interview Iran's foreign minister for about an hour on very newsworthy and critical issues, but then NBC refused to televise the interview. The most NBC was willing to show TV viewers was 90 seconds of that interview, and it is clear that they don't want a large audience to get a chance to hear the full interview with the answers that the foreign minister gave in response to Ann Curry's questions.
We're not talking about annihilation of Jews. We never have, we never will. Because if we wanted to annihilate Jews, we have a large number of Jewish population in Iran who not only live in the country in peace, but in fact have a representative in Iranian parliament allocated to them, disproportionately to their number. Every 150,000 Iranian Muslims has a representative in the parliament, whereas less than 20,000 Jews in Iran have a representative in the parliament. So we're not about annihilation of Jews. We have a history of tolerance and cooperation and living together in coexistence with our own Jewish people and with Jews everywhere in the world.
Incredibly. Or if you have seen the underhanded games NBC and other networks have played with regard to U.S. foreign policy, maybe not so incredible to you. Only 90 seconds was broadcast on TV. You would have to do a search on the web or a search on the NBC website to find the full video of the interview. And as far as I can see, NBC never told viewers where to find the full interview. Look at this. After they showed that 90 seconds, he doesn't say, hey, check out the full interview here on the website, or check out the full interview this weekend at such and such a time.
Ann Curry with Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Zarif in Switzerland today. Those nuclear talks will resume on March 15th.
And at the website, only a link to the 90-second version is offered. And that's the case with the special Ann Curry page at NBC's website, too. So you would have to do a search for the full interview in the search box to find a link to the full interview. And if I'm not mistaken, you have to leave this page to get to a page with a search box. And no, these links don't bring you to the full interview. It's only the 90-second version. And when you go there, when you follow the link to the 90-second version, the full version isn't offered to you. On the NBC News YouTube channel, the video that features the 90-second clip doesn't have a link to the full interview, and the YouTube channel does not carry the full interview. Ann Curry's Twitter account only gave a link to the transcript of the interview. So what, did she get the message? Hey, look, we don't want people to watch this interview because the foreign minister said things that we don't want the American people to know. You can tweet Iran's foreign minister and tell him the games NBC played with his interview. He sat down for almost an hour with Ann Curry, answering the woman's questions, and they showed 90 seconds of that interview to American TV viewers. That's it. Look how they chopped this answer off, where the second part was more informative, where American people might understand for the first time what's going on inside Iran with Jews living happily within Iran. But obviously NBC executives, or the people that control the news, don't want the American people to learn these facts. So I'm asking you to use the YouTube tools to share this video. First of all, to tweet the foreign minister and tell him to challenge NBC to air the full interview. NBC, put it on at some time during the day or night, and then let people know that they could record it so they could see it. I've shown previous games NBC has played with regard to Iran, like this video, and there are many other examples of media games. We can't continue like this, to be dominated by devious people who control our media system. This is too critical. Let's work together to get the message out that we need the formal establishment of a representative press. The current system is too dangerous. The powers that be are never going to represent our interests. We have to have something that's specifically designed to do that. There's a policy on YouTube, which apparently now they're enforcing very aggressively, that sometimes deems topics too sensitive. So I have no idea now what will or won't be monetized from now on. There's a link here to the Patreon page that I just set up as far as you could donate through, brand new as far as accepting donations. Look, the bottom line is the story that we were sold, the notion that we will be best served by having a media system that is dominated by people who are motivated by their greed, isn't true.